I do not know what's going on with this hen. She's got a poopy butt right here. Her comb is not nice and bright pink. And yeah, I don't like how she's looking at all. And I really do hope she's not egg bound. I gotta go check on her to see what's going on. But she's sitting there by herself in the chicken coop, which is not normal for her. The only time they come to the coop is when they try to get into the nest box. And that's if they choose these nest box here to lay in, because there are some nest boxes situated out there in the run where they would once they get out of the roost right here in the morning time, they head out to the indoor run and hang out there until I let them out in the outdoor run. But she's here sitting in the litter, and I don't like how she's looking at all. At all. So I better get to work and check her out and see what's really going on. Hopefully I can help her out. Alright guys, by the time I went to grab my gloves and come back to check on the chicken, I noticed right here that she's closer to the corner. So I took my the handle of my rake and I touched her before I tried to climb in there, and she's not moving at all. So I think unfortunately she is gone. You know, I feel like she was egg bound. I didn't even get a chance to check. I'm not even sure if I am gonna cut her open before I dispose of her to see what is going on in there, but I'm just curious to see, so I might just go ahead and do that, and I'll keep you posted as to what the outcome of this situation is. But I guess these things happen, so just know that she looked okay yesterday. I didn't notice anything, or maybe I missed something, but this is why I come out and I check on my flock all the time, you know, just to make sure that they're okay. And the thing I do most is I do a head count, because they're here in the outdoor run, as you can see, but the top is like open so predators can get in there. So once I come in, I just do a quick check to make sure that everybody is still in here. And so when I did that this morning, I didn't see her, or actually I realized that one was missing. So I went into the nest boxes and I started checking around. Nothing in the nest box. So I opened this door back here to check to see if she was just sitting in the coop area, and sure enough, she was in the corner over here. But as I grabbed my gloves to check on her, it took me probably about half hour to get back here, and sadly she passed. You know, any member of my flock is important to me, I must say, but this one was very special to me because this is one of the chickens that I hatched out myself using an incubator, because I had a couple roosters in the past, and I decided, you know, that I'm gonna purchase an incubator and hatch out some baby chicks. And so this was one of the chicks that I hatched out. So it's very personal, and she was very near and dear to my heart, as all of my other flock members are. So we are going to be opening her up and just check her out to see what was really going on in there. And obviously we are going to use precautionary measures. We are going to pay attention to the other members of the flock to make sure nothing's going on. But I do believe it was egg bound because of the signs that I see. I have had egg bounds before, and for me to miss that, I don't know. And we've been getting a lot of eggs, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but we just gotta make sure. We probably gonna clean up the coop and the run this weekend and see what's going on, just as a precautionary measure. But I'm pretty sure that nothing serious is really going on in here. because of the way the other members of the flock look. They're vibrant and they're not showing any signs of distress and they're acting normal, and so no poopy butt with the other ones. As you can see here, they're just chilling. And they're just moving around normal. So here it is, guys. We just lost a member of our flock. So stay tuned at the end of the video and I will let you know what the issue was with this one chicken, because we're gonna find out. All right, now so I am preparing this hole here. I'm just taking it out to prepare for the disposal. And so I do have it in the bucket right here, together with some of this bedding here that was in the chicken coop. And I'm also placing some around the bucket. I dug the hole wide enough. And I'm doing it this way because I had an experience with not having a barrier, a secure enough barrier to secure that carcass in, and it was dug up by some type of wild animal. So now I am gonna compact this material in here. I also did wet the bedding material that's in the bucket, and I'm just gonna place the soil back in this hole. And this is gonna stay in ground for probably about 2 years at least before I even try to attempt removing that bucket, because eventually I want to remove the plastic from the ground, which is the bucket. And before I get this all covered up, I am going to make some holes. Even though I already have some holes at the bottom, I want to put some at the top, so that way, you know, we can get some type of airflow and the worms and bugs could go in there and do their work, so that this all can be composted properly. So hence the reason. Just gonna grab my drill real quick. Alright, so I used the wrong drill bit, so I had to grab this bigger drill bit, and here are the holes that I made so this can breathe somehow. So there's bigger holes in the bottom and then these smaller ones on top. So I'm gonna keep dumping the soil right over the bucket. And there are already worms in the soil because this is a soil that I dug up to create the hole for the bucket to fit in. So we already have earthworms and microorganisms in this soil, which is sitting on the bucket, and the holes are going to give them access to what's inside. Now this is what it looks like, but another security measure I'm going to use is to just put this compost bin over it. And so now this compost bin is like a barrier, extra layer of security from the wildlife, and to deter them from digging, or at least they won't get to reach the contents of the bucket. And then I have some compostable material here in this trash barrel, almost full of bedding from the chicken coop that I'm gonna dump also in the compost bin. Alright, so now we're gonna cover this up and secure it even more. So this is almost full with dried leaves and hay and grass clippings and chicken poop. So it's a perfect recipe to help this break down, and the worms have access to this compost bin to help the material all in here break down. Alright, so there it is. Maybe I should get some flowers, huh? Experiencing the journey of a chicken's life, from hearing it peep in the egg before it's hatched, and from watching that first crack on the shell when it's ready to enter the world. It's just amazing. It's just incredible to experience that journey and to take care of that chicken until the point of laying where it can serve you and give you food, and to be able to take the best care of that chicken and enjoy all the shenanigans and the klutziness and just watching them and learning also as you go along this journey was just such a blessing. I find comfort in knowing that she had a great life and enjoyed her time with her other feathered friends, especially while free ranging in the yard. All in all, you did not suffer and you left us peacefully. Thanks for your service and the memories you left us with. Rest easy.